Well, you see what I'm about to do.
All right.
I'm gonna play like the first um 6 minutes of your video. So yeah, I'm gonna set it up like that. Then yeah, I'm just gonna play your video when we first start. It's set to start at 10:05 because I didn't know if we was gonna make it. Actually, we made it right at the buzzer. We kind of could go right at 10, but
Right.
yeah, I set it up for 10:05, so it's starting 5 minutes.
All right.
You lived in Detroit your whole life?
With the exception of like 3 years on and off here and there, but basically yeah.
Oh, okay.
What about
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I've been in Saginaw my whole life.
Bet.
Never moved out. Hey, when you post your videos, do you tag them and all that?
Man, I am way too like lazy for that. And then like I'll be having a hard time trying to figure out what tags to use. So
How you too lazy to tag, but you ain't lazy enough? You put out damn near 400 videos, more
dude,
videos than what I could ever. I'm just now working as hard as you.
because I would tag it if it was simple. But see, a lot of times I do it from my phone, and then for some reason from the phone
Oh,
app, it's not as easy to just to put a tag in there.
yeah.
So
Go to your computer afterwards and put the tags in there.
see that two-step
Also,
process for one video, I'll be like, nah, it's good enough.
another tip to help your views, like if you got, and you're probably too lazy for this too, but if you got,
Right?
if you got like extra phones or tablets or Xbox and all that shit, after you drop a video, watch it on all whatever devices you got. Let it play from beginning to end, and that's
Damn.
gonna tell that algorithm that okay, 7 different people watched it, and they all watched it from beginning to end and liked it. But depending on how many, because I got like 3 old cell phones and an Xbox. So when my video drop, it get 4 automatic views.
I got
you
a
know,
bunch of shit too, but it's just I'm not inside. Then I don't even got the app downloaded on shit everything. I know I got it downloaded shit on my
yeah,
phone and computer, but not the Xbox. Not I have the TV, but I'm signed in on the TV, so it ain't gonna count. So
yeah. No, you can't always give it a like, but I mean, you can give it a view. That algorithm will,
right,
will reward a view that went from beginning to end, and then it gets your stuff out to more people. Because I'm puzzled by like looking at your output, the amount of videos you do, and it's good content, but that algorithm just do not fuck with you at all. Like
uh,
I ain't never seen nothing like that.
I think it's because I don't do editing and shit. I think that's why a lot of people like because my average view duration be like a third of the actual video.
That
So
really ain't bad.
so I think a lot of people go, all right, that's enough, and then just cut off, or
No,
maybe just skip to the end.
mine be similar to that too. Like if you make a 8 minute video and if the average view is like at 50%, then you pretty much killed it. Because
Right.
there's always going to be like if a video got 20 views, it's probably going to be 7 people who just clicked on and clicked right off, and then
Yeah.
probably 3 people that watched half of it and another 3 that watched all of it. That's
Right.
that's how it be. So the third ain't really that bad. I did that for one of your videos before, where after you dropped the video, I went and I put it on all my devices and hit devices and hit like as many times as I could.
Good shit.
And then I went back and looked at it, and because it probably had like 5 views when I did that, and after I watched it on like 4 or 5 devices, it bumped up to 9. But then I went back and looked at it, and I was like, oh damn, it's at like 17 or 18. So me doing that made the algorithm send it to more people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good shit. You're looking
Yeah,
out.
yeah. It's little stuff you can do like that. But yeah, so we about to be on in like
Minute and a half.
what you say?
Minute and a half.
Oh yep. You see it right there.
Man, I be thinking about going live, but again, like first of all, I'm not even in the computer front of the computer for hours straight
Yeah,
that often enough to do a live. So I'd be like thinking about it, but it's like nah. Plus, I do all my shit off the top of the head, so I don't be wanting to get stuck be sitting there for 10 minutes trying to figure out, all right, what the hell I'm gonna go with this video. So I just keep it to the chop it up.
Yeah, we kind of winging this. But it's a lot of shit I don't even understand about it, and I'm trusting that you got a good understanding of it. So I'll be asking you some questions, and hopefully we'll make something out of this. I normally try to do an hour. We ain't got to do an hour if we run out of shit. Run out of shit to go over. But I do want to talk about that them down Michigan laws.
I'm gonna pull it up on my tablet right now. Michigan shit.
Oh shit! I'm bullshitting. What's up, everybody? You saw the title, Not the Father, but Still Have to Pay Child Support. It's actually Michigan laws that are set up just so to where if you're not even the father, you still can get stuck with child support. We're going to go over that. I got my man, Mr. Negative, the negative man, even though I don't think he all that negative, but I'll let you be the judge of that. We're going to, he laughing at that. We're going to look at a video that he covered where it was breaking down how the Michigan laws work, how you could get hit with child support even if you're not the father. You are not the father, but you're still getting hit with child support. So we're gonna look at that. I'm gonna play a clip from this video, probably about a 5-minute clip, while we wait for people to come on in here into the live, and then we're gonna hop right into it.
Can you hear it on your end?
Oh yeah, I can hear it. You can't hear it?
It's low on my end, but if you can hear it, I believe it's good then.
bills that aim to prevent such fraud, protecting both men and children. He says he plans to introduce them within the next month. Russell, next.
All right, that was the setup for what we getting into. And as soon as I get back onto the StreamYard and set this up properly, all right, now we can go ahead and get into it. Now, what was your first thoughts? You know, when you saw that story and you decided to cover it, what was going through your head to seeing the mass quantity of bullshit that was?
Man, the same shit that go to my head every time I hear about child support, which is this law is ridiculous, and the way they go about child support is just completely stupid. You allow women just to default a guy, put a name, don't have to prove nothing. If he can't make it to court in jail, he gets put on it anyway, and it's up to him to figure it out. But yet, if he tries to track her down, it's denied, like it's confidential, but his information ain't confidential. It's completely lopsided, and it's just like, are you doing this solely just to get at men or screw with men, or like what's the deal with this? All I can add it up to is bullcrap. It doesn't even make sense.
So, far as the part about how he wasn't even the father, let's even try to process that one. So.
That's
they
common.
Well, we look at it as common if she like kind of, you know, pulled a fast one on him, like they were together and she cheated on him and then he thought it was his. But this was, well, I mean, this was a situation where they were married. Now, because they were married, so they're saying based off the law, those kids are legally on paper his and they just can't be reversed. Is that essentially what they're saying?
Basically, but if you think about how women take dudes, you know, we talk about that show, Paternity Court.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it can't be reversed on his behalf unless he jumps through a bunch of loops and pays tens of thousands of dollars to an attorney. But obviously, women, if they find a dude who has more money, you know, like Tommy Sotomayor said with one of his daughters, when she found out something like that, she go, oh, actually, the dude that signed it isn't the daddy, it's this guy. So the only person who can really overturn it with the ease is the mother at her convenience.
That's wild. That's wild. So if the dad want to overturn it, it's going to take forever. But the mom, she at any moment she could snap her finger and end it. Now, it was a funny part on there. I was getting up, walking around, because I was trying to get some things set up. When I watched it on your channel, it was a woman who was saying that, oh, it was wrong and it shouldn't have been done, but she was the one that did the shit.
Right.
That's what I was like. Did you not? When did you get a moral compass about this shit?
When the kid was old enough, she already got the money.
What's up, DJ Phil? What's up? What's up? Glad you're here. Glad you're here. But yeah, so when I was looking at that, like, okay, from based off what you know, because we both live in Michigan, and these are the Michigan laws that are all fucked up. Does that same type of thing apply if it's a situation where, you know, they weren't married? She just pinned it on him. She just said that, yes, this dude is the dad. But then once it's found out that he's not, he still have to go through those loops.
Yeah. I mean,
go ahead.
I was gonna bring up the white guy who said he never even slept with the chick.
Oh yeah,
he got a lump sum. He got a settlement, and she was like, "Oh, he's my baby daddy," and he ended up on child support. I wish I had went more into his story, but as you see again, and to relate that to something I know personally, I had a teacher in high school who was telling us a story, which should have woke us up, but it didn't. But when he had just got out of college and he said he was making his money and stuff, he said some chick from Mexico had put his name down as the father, but not for child support, but just to get a green card. But by default, they took money out of check anyway and gave her a green card. So it's so ridiculous that a chick wasn't even a citizen, and he had to fight to get it off of his situation. That's how crazy it is.
That is crazy. Do you got kids?
No. I've seen enough child support cases to stay away from that. I got a bunch of uncles that I've seen ran through the ringer. No.
Yeah. That shit is crazy. I'm married and divorced, so I got kids, and in my situation, it went more or less. It don't matter what's going on, even if you're taking care of the kids, whether it's married or divorced, it's going to be some type of fuckery. Because my situation, the kids were with me more than they were with her, even though on paper they were with her more. And it took forever to get that shit reversed and flipped around. Like I went in there the first time, and the first time that I went in there on that shit, it was a situation where, she was awarded the kids on paper. Then I went back in there probably like 4 months later, and then they tried to say that was too soon. Like I could have been just taking care of them, for 4 months just so I can make a good showing in court. They said some bullshit like that, where I was trying to explain to them I was taking care of them before y'all initially rewarded them. So basically, I just went in the hole for 2 years paying child support for kids I was raising. that was wild. So I experienced that end of that shit, and it was all fucked up. But I got it worked out, got it reversed, cost some thousands of dollars, but I got it all taken care of. But most of the time this is where sometimes those horror stories that we hear about child support, like you was talking about in that same video, we should have played a little more of it, because you was talking about somebody who had got like a few $100,000 behind in back child support or something like
the neurosurgeon.
He was talking about, what was that about?
It was just they had put it in there briefly at the end. They didn't go into detail, but apparently he was a neurosurgeon. You know how much money they made.
Oh yeah.
This dude was almost $500,000 behind on child support. Now a situation like that was that had to be some she just pinned it on, because they're not gonna let it pile up to that, and you got money, your own practice, with it coming in, and they just keep letting it get behind. No, that had to be it's his baby, and then they take him to the court. Oh yeah, give us all your money out your bank account, because they will do that. It's law that they can go in your bank account.
Do you think it was pinning it? So the kid would have had to been old as hell by the time she pinned it on him.
Not necessarily, because you got to think about it. Look at Blake Griffin. He played $3 million a year. So let's say if he was to miss a good year, they taking whatever out of his bank account. It don't matter. It don't matter if he got less than that. They're gonna take it to zero, and then as he starts getting money back in his bank account, they're gonna take it until he catch up. That's how child support works. You literally, like, I got this on my screen here. All the stuff that they'll do if you buying on child support, they just do. It's the IRS basically. They'll income withholding, tax refund offset, bench warrant, levy, license suspension, credit reporting, credit on your credit, dude.
Yeah.
Child support really on your credit, your kids, passport denial, national medical support notice, pensions, surcharge, the list, dude, is ridiculous. So the kid, it ain't got to necessarily do with the age, how old they are. If they want their money, they coming to get it. Period.
Yeah. It's a, one thing that I saw take place. I'm trying to think of who that was. Somebody covered a story. It was talking about how the child support, how it's basically a business. How they
they take some on top.
Yeah, they got expenses they got to cover it, and they gotta get somebody to cover it. And another thing, I wish I could remember who did the story, and then I wish I had the details of it in front of me, because I was just doing this based off, what we looked at with the video that you played. I probably play another clip of that. I'll play what happened after that. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna screen share this thing again. Gotta figure out what I'm doing.
While you're doing that, let me read this paragraph.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Under the category of who pays child support, we know that's mostly men. But it
Hmm.
says the Michigan child support formula determines which parent will pay child support and a support amount, based on factors including each parent's income and the number of nights per year that the child spends with each parent, called overnights. Now, how stupid is that to calculate it based on that? Just because
Hmm.
the child was with me doesn't mean that it ate at my house. I could have picked it up on my way home from work, and they could have just been asleep. It doesn't mean it doesn't even mean that I picked them up. They could have spent the gas, dropped them off. It doesn't mean they take a bath from my house. It doesn't mean anything. It just mean that they spent the night. So why are you basing the income or how much I pay or she pays based on that?
Well, I got an intimate understanding of that. Remember when I told you how they were at her house on paper?
Yeah,
With my, well, so basically the way that the game was being worked by her, the way she was working the game to make it, to call it what it is, the way that she was working that game is that she would, like, the kids would be with me all day, but she knew it was based off overnights. So
right.
she was paid as long as she picked them up at night. Like, they would be with me basically until bedtime. They would be with me all day. So all of their meals, everything
Yeah,
that happened, or you're taking them here to there, every parental expense that day was on me during a prime time parenting time. It was all me. She was picking them up at night just so they could sleep at her house, so she could save face and have, I guess, I don't know if she was going for plausible deniability in court to say that, oh yeah, they were at my house every night.
people not robots though. It's not. You can't go with schedule and like act like shit don't happen. It's come on.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let me play some more of this. Real quick, I get confused when they say that. When they say prison, don't they mean jail? Like, it's dudes ain't actually doing time in prison for no
I,
damn child support, is it?
do I would have to ask somebody who's actually went through that, but I don't know. But remember, they did say it's a felony, so ain't no telling how
Yeah,
far they're
yeah,
willing to go with that, depending on
yeah,
how many times, how many kids. I don't know. I just know you get locked up.
yeah. And that was that chick again, confessing that it was wrong, but just still, still willfully did the shit so you can get assistance.
Yeah, and it's amazing how she was able to conceal her identity too. Just yeah, I did something
Yeah,
wrong, but so what?
yeah. What other frauds and criminals get to conceal their identity?
Before they do time. Now, if they don't do time, if they done did the time, they got double jeopardy. But she ain't even went through no trial or nothing. She just like, yeah, I admit it. I was wrong. I wronged him, and then so what? That's exactly how I feel too.
Now, how long ago was this? Do we know what actually happened with that?
No, I didn't find anything else on it. So, but I think they said it was the latest was 2017 when they pushed the bill to get it changed. But I don't know if they actually ever actually passed it. I'm trying to Google it right now, but as far as right now, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wasn't even suspecting that the law was changed. I just want to know, did he beat his case? That's what I was curious about. Because we see a lot of these cases and they pop up, but then sometimes it might be a whole year later by the time the shit actually go through. Which means if you don't win, it's piling up even more. you know that shit is wild. That shit is wild. Because it's crazy. It was somebody who was on a panel. He might have been on. I forgot. He was on the Obsidian panel. Dude said he was $300,000 behind in child support, or like 200. I think 200,000 behind. And I was thinking to myself, like, how in the hell do you get that far behind?
He had to
But
be making some bread.
he was a contractor. I mean, he worked on houses. I mean, it didn't seem like he was that dude because you could be a contractor working on houses. If you're getting a real big job and you got a crew, then yeah, you can
Right.
make a lot of bread and do a bunch of jobs all at one time. But I don't even think he was doing all that. I think he has a damn 16-year-old he found out about late in the game, and then it was all that back child support hit him. I think it may have been that. I'm not even 100% sure. Like that shit was crazy.
But you,
It's crazy how the shit just piles up like that.
yeah, because as you see on our end, we do have to go backwards and pay for past stuff, even if we didn't know. Yet
Hmm.
again, oh girl, she don't have to go back and do no time. She
Right,
don't have to go back and backtrack and all that.
right, right, right. Just a real quick note, they blurring out the kid's face the same way they did the mom, which is understandable for the
Yeah.
children. But they treating the woman like a child. We can't let her face be seen. That's just a little small
When it's
small note.
convenient. When it's convenient.
Mhm. Whoa. He said when women are applying for assistance and they have to name the father in order to get the assistance, 1/3 is not the father. We heard that correctly.
Yeah, that was that they talking about that study, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Let's make sure let's rewatch that part because I was watching this on the fly when I first saw it, and I was like, I was checking it out, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is a good thing. We can just do this. Yeah, yeah, that's what it was. It was they did a study when they was looking at women who applied for assistance, and when they did the study, they found out that 1/3 of the women that were down there applying for assistance, 1/3 of them, the father that they named was not the father. So,
But see, this the part where we actually got to jump in and look at us and say, all right, this part is our fault. Because we've known this for like some years now that chicks do this. Like, so if you're not, you should be getting your kids, in my opinion, you should be getting your kids tested at the hospital at birth. Because I know if I even slipped up and did something like that, I'm getting the test done before I sign anything. And I really don't think I'll sign a birth certificate at all, ever. But I would definitely be getting my kids tested.
it's crazy because I think it was a law. I forgot who covered that too, but they was talking about how women voted against something or was just opposing something that would say that it would be an automatic DNA test.
Of course.
like like how could you be against that? like when somebody say they against that, it just make it sound like they're just planning on doing it or they have done it or they know their cousin did it. Like how did like you shouldn't have a dog in that fight when it comes to some shit like that. But they were literally, yeah, it's literally like how are they against that? But yeah, real talk. That's how it is. Where I think every guy, even no matter how mad she's gonna be, you should do right there at birth because that they can do it fast, quick, easy, free, and convenient. If I'm not mistaken, at birth you can go ahead and get that DNA test. That should be automatic. That should be standard operating procedure.
Dudes is too scared.
What do you mean, scared of the woman?
Yeah, and it ain't just. Let's think about it. It ain't just that woman. You got a lot of moms, sisters, cousins, aunts. They gonna look at you and be like, remember, they're women first. They're everything else after that. So if they see they son or their little brother like, I want to test, they're gonna be like, why you? That's the love of your life. You don't make her go through a test. You should just believe her.
Yeah, it's like, it's even going to be judgment. The nurse is going to look at you with judgment. The whole damn room, everybody. You're supposed to just roll with it. Just roll with it. Shit. So what you said if you was talking about if you was to slip up like that, like where you at with this with all these talking points that going out here? Would you consider yourself MGTOW or what?
It depends. It really depends on what you define MGTOW as. Because I would say I'm MGTOW, but I'm not against relationships. As long as you go about it how you feel is necessary for you not to lose, whatever it is you feel like you lose. So I'm aware of all the, the red pill stuff and everything of how, the dangers of getting into situations, but I am still very okay with being into however deep a relationship you want to go, as long as you know the consequences.
Yeah. No, it's relationships cool, but you gotta be in control of the situation, and you just can't do anything with anybody. That's just what it is. The hospital near me recently explained to me that they do not do paternity tests at the hospital. What?
By the hospital? Can she go into more detail with that? Because I never heard that. Are they unable to do it? Like they don't have the lab?
They got to have a lab. We need our men to get proactive, hire the testing service, or go swab the baby themselves. Yeah,
they get dragged for that. Don't let it not be his kid. If it's not his kid, he's in more trouble.
Oh man, yeah. Elaborate on that if you can. yeah, I don't understand that they can't do it. Yeah, that makes little to no sense to
They don't
me.
want to do it. That's what it is. Too many fights that happen because they found it wasn't theirs, and that's why they can't do it. They just lying. They don't want to do it.
All right. When I'm playing this clip, you said it's still coming off low to you?
Yeah, but I can pretty much go because you're repeating all the questions, so I can pretty much just go off.
Okay, yeah, I listen to it and I reiterate what they say. I hope to. Hey, Miss Downtown Judy Brown, let me know if you can hear this clip when I play it. All right, she said it was too faint to make it out. So for some reason, I'm the only one that could hear it good, and I don't know why. And that sucks because that makes me want to say this just might be just a live stream and then take it down. if the audience couldn't hear what was going on, I don't know. I had to listen to it on the playback and then make a game time decision whether or not I want to leave it up. If the audio,
you could strip the audio and put it on there.
What'd you say?
You could always strip the audio and put it, or strip the video and splice it.
All right, now you said you was
I'm lazy.
I'm
lazy. You might not be that lazy.
You're too lazy to tag your videos, but you're telling me to do all this technological shit to my video to make it work. You can't even get your tag game together. But I don't know. I mean, I might not leave it up, but it don't matter. We'll do this. We'll do this again when I get another topic. This was really winging it because I only watched like the first, 5 or 6 minutes of this video and was like, all right, that's good enough. I'm just about to just come on there and just play the clip, ask them the questions and elaborate on it, and we'll just wing it and go from there. So yeah. Trying to see. She didn't exactly elaborate on that anymore. I see she writing some more stuff.
I wish we had some women watching this so they could give us their opinion on why they think child support should remain the way it is. I would like to hear that opinion.
Well, there's some bullshit in it. Okay, this is where I understand it, and it does make some sense. If it's his kids, let's start there because we see now that that's not always the case. But if it's his kids, and he's not doing nothing for the kids, he's not being in their life. He skipped to a different state and out there working, making money. She legitimately needs some financial help with the kids, and he literally just dipped out. I can't see nothing wrong with him getting hit with that. But I don't like, and I talked to you about my situation, how I was there taking care of the kids and still got hit, and I hate when people say. Like I heard a dude say this on a panel. No, I don't gotta. I take care of my kids. Well, I don't gotta pay child support. All the men I know take care of their kids. Oh, none of us gotta pay child support because we take care of our kids. I'm like, really? You think just because you take care of your kids, that's why you don't have to pay child support? As if that woman can't go down there anyway and get it. And if she know that you a good dude who's gonna still take care of your kids, regardless of whether or not she taking 20% of your money, she gonna make sure that you just gonna basically, like me, like I still took care of my kids all the same. She just ensured that I had to take care of them with less, because they was eating at my house, every day. I was picking them up from school every day. They was with me every day. I had all the full-time parent expenses with just 15 to 20% of my money missing. So I had to take care of them all the same. Just take care of them with less. You know, that's why I always say I was gonna make a video titled that, saying basically good dads pay child support twice. Because even if you a good dad and you gonna do your job regardless, she can still go down there and get it. And after she go get it, you still gonna buy school clothes. You still gonna pay for field trips. You still gonna pick them up from school. You still gonna feed them. You still gonna have all them extra expenses. You still gonna have, you know, if you got to have an extra room in your house, which means you're going to have a bigger house, a bigger apartment, bigger whatever, you're going to pay more rent. You're going to have a higher energy bill. You're going to have a bigger water bill. All your expenses that they nickel and dime and say, you know, you're going to have, if you're a good dad, you're going to have all those expenses all the same. So I know my expenses were up, and I had to take, like I said, I had to take care of them with less. Like some women, they will get child support on a dude knowing that the kids eat over there more. They'll take food off the table that their kids eat at the most. Like some of them will do that because they just look at it as it's the law. They're entitled to it regardless of the circumstance. Like if women were fair and balanced and really looked at the father that he was and said, no, I do not need to nickel and dime money out of him and keep papers on him. He's going to do his part. They typically don't do that. Some do. I have met some that literally operate like that.
Right.
But as far as these laws being the way they are, I just don't like that the dad is guilty until proven innocent of being, like he's guilty of being a deadbeat until he somehow prove himself innocent. Like that's what I had to do. I had to go down there and prove my innocence. Like that shit was wild, man.
You're never innocent. Remember that. You're never, because think about it. No matter what, if she didn't put you on child support yet, dude, your kid can be how old, and she can go get back child support, even past the age 18. Yeah. So you're never innocent. It's just when does she want to go get the gavel back on you? And that's crazy because you just said dudes still don't know the law, and it's ridiculous. How don't you know this law yet? It's not up to what you do, it's up to what she said you do. Because anything you do can be considered a gift, which is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
How can I pay your bills and that's a gift, but it's not taking into account what I did for the kids? How can I put food on the table in the house that ain't mine for my kids, but it's a gift, it's not taken into consideration? How can I'm not saying that all dudes do this. I know there are deadbeats out there. But if I give you transportation, that's a gift. That's not taking into consideration of what I did for my children. Dudes still don't understand this, and that's how they keep falling to this trap.
Yeah, a lot of that shit is our fault. Yeah, we got to own that. A lot of dudes do not take the time to learn the law. A lot of them just don't be bothered with it. And I know I got blindsided because I expected it to be, I was naive enough to where I actually thought it was going to be an open shut case. That, I thought they was going to look at it as, hey, y'all were married. All the kids were born into the marriage. When we separated, I bought a house 5 minutes away from her to make the co-parenting easy. This is an open shut case. I didn't even have a lawyer at first. I was on some bullshit, but hey, if I knew what I knew now, trust me, it would have went different. And me being on that bullshit, it cost me thousands. I mean, if you add up all the child support that I paid, man, if I add all that up over it was over a few years because it took forever. I feel like I just got off it, really, recently as the last year, I think. So that number is pretty high when I add it up. It's well into, I don't know. It's great. I forgot. It's somewhere around 30,000. The total amount over over a few years, more than a few, like 3 or 4, about 4 years. Yeah, about 4 years. Yeah, probably around 30,000 total that I paid in child support. Because once I did, after I collected all that evidence for 2 years, and then from the time that I filed to the time that it was finished, that was a whole nother year. So that was 3 years. And then prior to that, it was the time when we separated and then got back together, then some child support got hit on there. So it was hitting. It was hitting all that shit. It's wild, man. But let's see. When did you start making videos and posting content and all of that? You know, when did you?
What, a year ago, a year and a half ago? Not that long. It hasn't even been 2 years yet. I don't know the exact date though.
What got you into it? Like, did you seeing other people doing it? Like, who, you know, like, what did you?
I'm
Are you just
a
go ahead?
combination of me seeing people on YouTube. Plus, I'm a bit of a debater type person. I always take the opposing side, which is where my name came from. A lot of people call me negative because I'm always taking the opposite side, and so I poke at a lot of stuff. So
Oh, you one of them people you just be disagreeing just to disagree.
not all the time, but when I do that, it's because I see a lot when people all take one opinion on something. I'm just like, well, what if it's something else? All right, I disagree, and here's why. So I go that route with it.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. A few more people that came up in here. I hope people hitting the like button when they come in.
Man,
Hope people hitting that like button. We ain't got no comments coming in. See, I think this because I ain't going at my normal time. I don't got my normal people that's expecting the regularly scheduled program. That's why it's good to go live at the same time every day. Because it's like people will turn on their computer or their phone at that time looking for you. They'll be having good conversations in the chat the whole show. When I do the morning thing. Hey, there go one of my regulars. There go one of my regulars. Yeah, I can't stay. I'm off to bed. I don't need to know about your bed shit situation. None of my damn business. But thanks for dropping in. I'm sure you hit the like button. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be going, if you're still listening, I'm gonna be going at 9 a.m. tomorrow. The game plan is Obsidian supposed to be on my show. So that should be pretty interesting and pretty wild.
I gotta catch all your shit on the replay. I try to listen
Oh yeah, you be
all
at you be at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that either way. Catch the replay, hit the like button, and that's all good. But we probably about to wrap this up. Okay, that's my boy. You just came in here on some fuckery, huh? Some Trump 2020. That ain't the damn topic, nigga.
Hey, but I don't really be seeing the problem with Trump like everybody else.
No, me either. I mean, well, okay, he's stupid. I mean,
an asshole, but I mean, is that really that bad?
No, not really. I mean, I've gotten real conservative in my views. I just, I'm about damn near ready to. I'm ready to start voting Republican. I just wish it was a different Republican to vote for.
I am Republican. I am Republican.
Yeah, no, I've been converted, man. I gotta admit that I have been converted. But check this out. This is why I don't like Trump. This is about to be real petty. I picked up my phone. I'm scrolling down Facebook. It said somebody posted one of Trump tweets. I read the first sentence and it was like, it said, despite Kobe Bryant being, I'm like, oh shit. I just knew he fucked up.
Right.
All I read is the first sentence and it said, despite Kobe Bryant. I was like, don't tell me this fool and just said some outright bullshit about Kobe. Like is he about to bring up the sexual assault in 2004? Like what he about to say the wrong sport? He was a great soccer player. Like just say some stupid shit. Like you never have to be that on guard that the president
right.
of the United States is going to say something stupid.
An avid tweeter as a president.
Yeah.
Avid shit talker.
He be tweeting conspiracy theories. I'm like, dude, you in the highest office, you get the highest intelligence briefings in the world. You in the know. You don't gotta tweet your conspiracy theory. You behind the curtain. Like, right. Like he be just doing and saying some stupid shit. Oh man. What Manosphere Maniac talking about? Trump said in his latest speech that he was going to get the ball rolling on. No, he didn't.
How?
He didn't say
He ain't
that.
the one in the lab. How?
So that's what I'm talking about, man. That dude is off, man. But he
But it sounds like some shit that he might say just to get people.
that sounds like him.
So you never know.
That sounds like a 3 a.m. tweet. Manosphere Maniac, I gotta get you on the show still, man. You were saying some interesting stuff. You had the chat room jumping this morning, man. You gotta hop on. You gotta hop on one of these days. Yeah, child maintenance. Oh wow, child maintenance system must be completely rethought.
Double tap for that one.
Right. You mean Miss Downtown Judy Bound? Ha ha ha. Regulars. Yes, I got regulars. I got like 15 strong that show up at least every other show. And that's why I give all y'all wrenches when y'all post in the comment, when y'all post in the chat. My main people, that's way when it get big, y'all will have some power and be able to lord over people and ban and kick people out. He said something about it. Were you talking about something about Kobe? I do want to know Trump's 3 a.m. thoughts on Kobe.
You heard that one chick, Rachel Wood?
No, who was that?
The chick, she tweeted something about Kobe. She said, let me try to see if I can find the exact.
I know a lot of them said a bunch of bullshit. I don't know who is who. I didn't know if they were known or just random people on Twitter, but a lot of people said a lot of crazy shit, and a lot of people been covering it.
But I can't find. But she basically said he's a hero and he's also a rapist. Both true. Both reality are true. Both statements are true. I'm trying to find like the picture of it. But that's, yeah, she put that out there and she got people tore her to shreds about that.
It was so funny that one chick in the same tweet, she was, talking about the rape victim and how little we care about the victims of rape and and then in the same tweet, she was talking shit about how he wouldn't shit because he married to a Mexican chick or whatever.
I see.
And I'm like, okay, how did that work? you all pro-black and talking shit because he ain't supposed to be married to a non-black person, but you shedding a tear and lighting a candle for the non-black person that he raped, but he's supposed to be crying about him being married to the non-black person. Like it was just a weird collection. The way those words all went together, where it's like she mad about some shit, two different conflicting things. I mean, it was just all over the place, just finding shit to be mad about.
Oh, so, but I get really like, I don't get confused, but it's kind of, I need to know when black women make statements like that, I need to know where they're coming from, because I remember when Kyrie Irving said that it was a rumor that he said he was going on a cruise, but it was only white women only, and black women were mad. It's like, why are you mad at that? What do you think's going to happen on this boat? You're not getting married. He's not giving you money. He's bringing you on there as vagina. And then he's tossing you into the water probably afterwards to get you off his boat. Why do you care about being on that boat so bad? And it's anything that isn't a successful black guy that's not pro-black, it's a problem. And I don't understand that way of thinking.
Yeah. It was it was somebody who commented in my well, I think she posted in my comment section, and so I looked at what she posted and I responded to it, but then I clicked on her name and went and looked at her page, and she was making a video talking about colorism, and she was talking about how all the rappers are using non-black or racially ambiguous women in exoticals or whatever she was calling them, and she was showing up, and I was like, so you're mad that they're not objectifying you and people that look like you? I was about to make a video response to that, but I just felt like, nah, I'll just be trolling her at that point.
Trolling is great sometimes. Try it. I do it all the time. Trolling is great sometimes.
I'm gonna send you the video. It's funny. Chris Brown was featured in the video. I'm like, you're mad that he's not beating up dark-skinned women. Okay.
It's so weird. Like, even the negative, like, give me the negative. I want the negatives from a successful guy. As long as he's successful, I'll take it. Like, what?
Yeah.
You can't get you a 9 to 5 or somewhere and be cool with it. But all right, that's what you want.
Yeah, that's what I be on. That's what I be on. But all right, we probably want to go in and wrap this up. Do you know if that's true? That when he said, didn't the woman admit to lying about the rape, Kobe's alleged victim?
All I know is he beat the case, didn't he?
Either beat the case. No, he settled out of court. And
to me, that's as good as admit to lying. I mean, because if you're willing to sell, if you getting raped is worth money, why do I need to care? That's as good as a lie to me.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not even gonna word it like that, but yeah, no. If somebody raped you, you should want justice on that person more than you want justice for what happened more than you should want money. So that's sort of a fair point, but I don't know. You know, sometimes I could be a softie when it comes to situations like that, even though I don't believe he did it. I don't believe he did it, but situations like that where I don't know. It's fucked up, but I don't buy it. I don't buy it with him. I don't know.
My issue with this whole rape thing is, look, I'm not going to tell you weren't raped. I don't know. I wasn't there. But like the Breakfast Club, I'm at with it. The Breakfast Club, I seen a clip today. They played a clip of Terry Crews, and he said somewhere he was talking to somebody. He said, "Yes, I always believe women." We're talking about rape. It's like, why? It's called due process. Both sides have to try to prove something. I'm not just going to believe either side. I'm not going to do that. So that, to me, that's where I start to get to where it starts. The word rape just starts to annoy me because I know people are going to automatically lean to that side. And me being a man, I work around women. I interact at the gym. I'm around women. I don't want you to just have the power to say he raped me and now I got to go to jail for it until they figure it out. That ain't fair on me. So that bothers me.
Yeah. It's crazy, but you know, a part of me says that ain't nobody gonna lie about that. But then at the same time, people do lie about that. So it's like, how do you, even when you try to reach across the aisle and understand, you know that people do lie about that shit.
People lie about anything.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the manosphere is full of a lot of people who had accusations put on them. One the dude that's in the thumbnail in my last video, when I was talking about black incels, he told a story about how a chick said something like that to him. He never even had no ass. A chick talking about he raped. They're like, dude's an incel, but he said he got accused, and that got him all, you know, timid about even trying to, you know, get up on some chicks. I'm like,
that actually works against him.
Yeah.
You ain't never had none? That you probably tried.
Yeah.
It works against them, actually, being an incel.
But what I was arguing in that show, that's not how it works. I mean, people don't rape because they can't get it. You know, like Bill Cosby, he didn't get nobody he didn't slip a Mickey in their drink because they wouldn't willfully have sex with him. He just had a fetish for it, you know. Rape is sometimes it's a controlled thing. It's more than just I can't get it any other way, so I'm going to take it. It's normally something bigger, deeper, and psychological going on. Not to mention that you know, the person who can't get sex from a woman, this is what I talk about during the show. They're normally, you know, timid, soft-spoken, you know, the ones who are considered the beta male types. They don't got the, you know, as far as just raping a chick, like that's some high testosterone raging out shit. Like they don't got the testosterone to go and just hawk, just go hawk on a chick like that. Like they get nervous and timid around women. If somebody an incel, like if you ever just listen to
themselves up.
You listen to incels talk. Anybody who's out of the closet incel, if you hear them talk, you could tell that they ain't got it in them to do nothing aggressive. Like, so I don't. That ain't. Those aren't the ones that are committing acts against women. I don't buy that. It's something different going on there.
I won't rule them out though. I think rape happens for a multitude of reasons, but so I wouldn't rule it out.
All right, see, hold on, Manosphere Maniac.
That must have been one sexy bitch if Kobe had to rape her.
Now, I gave you a wrench because you were saying some stuff in the chat room, and I want to get you up here someday and talk to you because he was talking like how he is having serious problems with women and this or that or blah blah blah. I wanted to chop it up with you, so I wanted you to come back around and hang out. I gave you a wrench, like let you into the club, so to speak. But I knew that you was gonna say some crazy shit. Now, you can't be saying some crazy shit with a wrench by your name. There must have been a sexy bitch if Kobe had to rape her. Like, come on, man. Like could you could you pump the brakes on some of that shit, man? Brian Banks I don't even know who that is.
I think that's the football player. Hold on. I think he was supposed to have a promising football career and some chick. And then I think he was on Dr. Phil too. Yeah, he actually, once he got out of jail, he actually went and played with the Atlanta Falcons.
You good though, Manosphere Maniac. But don't get crazy. Don't be getting crazy on me. But what you say about Brian Banks said he played for the Atlanta Hawks? I mean, no, Falcons.
Yeah, he was. I think he went before when he got out of college. I think that's when the rape charge hit him. I think he had to do 10 years or something like that, 8 or 10 years. He got out, and then the lady actually admitted it. And so with that admission, the Atlanta Hawks gave him a tryout, and I think he made the team. But think about it, he lost what could have probably been 8 years of millions of dollars. And I don't think this chick, I don't think nothing happened to her. I haven't followed the story when I heard about it, but I think that's what happened.
That's crazy. I've always said if somebody go to jail for anything and they're found not to have done it, they should get reimbursed for however much money they would have been making while they were out. If they was just a regular dude making 40, 50K, if he did, 5 years, okay, y'all owe him 50K times 5 years. Y'all owe him. You just don't get to say, okay, you're free, and then don't reimburse him for the years of his life wasted. That shouldn't be a thing. If, like you said, if he could have been making millions, if my man could have been making millions, yeah, the state owe him money. They got money for everything else.
He wouldn't be able to sue the state, though. He would only be able to sue the accuser. And the accuser, what chick accusing a dude got that kind of money?
Well,
even the 50 grand. What kind of chick just got it laying around?
Well, that's why I was trying to pin it on the state.
He wouldn't be able to. The state, they got way too much power for that. Unless it shows that they were negligent, I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, that's true. 6 years imprisoned and 5 years on parole. That is wild out. But all right, man. This was a first good test run. I'm gonna re-listen to the audio issues at the beginning and see if I'm gonna keep. I got another one sitting around on there with no sound at the beginning for the first 3 minutes when I was first experimenting with going live and didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
They had a whole damn show. I was talking into the mic, all patching it and shit. Couldn't nobody hear it. But we about to wrap this one up and get up out of here and try to figure out them audio issues going forward. But all right, thanks for hanging out, and we'll probably do this again periodically. I was thinking about doing something on Sunday. I'll talk to you about that one later. But all right, we're about to get up out of here, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Oh yeah, no problem, no problem.
I'm gonna mirror this too on my channel.
You gonna mirror it on your channel?